Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's topic we're gonna discuss about RAG system, especially offline RAG system using n8n. So the idea behind is we want to create an AI system that can access our files offline. So I have two systems here. So the first one is to upload the file from the FTP, which is actually from our laptop here. So if I can drag and drop the sources, so they are not necessarily secret, but they're just collection of papers I've downloaded. And in a scenario, I want my AI system to access these files. So the first thing we need to do is we need to upload this into the database, and then we will have another AI system, which is this one, that can access those documents. So if we ask a questions, the system will then access the database and answer the questions or the query based on our request, basically. So yeah, without further ado, let's try then. So I'm gonna execute the workflow. So what's gonna happen here is using the FTP workflow, the system is gonna access the document. It will then download the documents and do the data parsing, and it will store that to the local database. So everything is on the laptop. Now, in this scenario, I'm limiting the use of the AI uh, agent, more like an AI model, by using OpenAI ChatGPT. I know that you guys might think, oh, this is not really secure. Well, in an ideal scenario, if I have a powerful laptop, I would have replaced this embedding OpenAI and the AI chat model onto something local like Ollama, for instance. But unfortunately, my laptop is not that strong. So just for the sake of experiment, I'm just gonna use OpenAI ChatGPT. Okay, now so all the files have been uploaded, parsed and uploaded to the database. So to reiterate, the file itself is local. That's why I'm using FTP, and the database itself is local. That's why I'm using Postgres. So if you don't want to do this offline, you can always use Supabase. It's or maybe something like Airtable. I think never really used that, to be honest. But the purpose of this video is to do everything offline partially, especially the files, not the AI model. Um, let's go to the second workflow where where we can test um, how reliable our system is in accessing the file. Now, before we go there, let me pull my terminal. Okay, so I've got this terminal here, right? So um, before you start, make sure that you have set up your FTP locally, and make sure that you have installed your a Postgres on your laptop. Um, well, there are lots of tutorials out there how to install Postgres database on your laptop, but that's going to be out of scope of this video. My focus is access the database offline, and set up your agent with n8n. Okay, so now let's check. So in the beginning, I check the documents and it's empty. So after the upload, I'm gonna type select all from documents, and as you can see, that is quite a lot in here. We can't really read this, but the AI is gonna be able to do that. Okay, now for my example, I've got this PDF here. So this is essentially a robot from Kumau, and I'm gonna ask my eye if my eye knows about the modalities. There are three types of modalities. There, if you want to use Kumau robots, so the first one is position modality, and speed modality, and current modality. So let's check if the AI system knows about this. Can you tell us about Kumau CRC modalities? Okay, right. Okay, yeah. So essentially, we got four modalities. So the first one is listen. Let's check that with the document. There you go. It's correct. And we have position modalities, speed modalities, and current modalities. Okay, yep. As we can see that the system knows and everything is offline except for the AI model. So without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with the file uploader workflow, right? So the first one is gonna be the trigger. So the trigger is just gonna be when clicking execute the workflow. So every time we click this workflow, that is gonna upload the file. Um, and then the next one is gonna be FTP. So the FTP, okay. So this is gonna be list the content. Now, so this is a credential. You just need to uh give your active information. Normally it's localhost if you install that locally. If you are within a network, this is gonna be the IP address, and the port is pretty standard. And you've got the username and also the password to access the FTP. Okay, so I'm gonna execute this to see, and as you can see that we only have one in here. And if you see that from this, see that we got this PDF, FTP PDF, and all the files are in the PDF folder. So in this case, I'm just gonna type PDF. If I execute steps, you can gonna see that we've got a lot of files right now. So we got this, and because we got 36 files, we want to upload them one by one. So that's gonna be loop. I'm gonna delete this. Oops. I'm gonna delete this and this one. And the next one is gonna be we download the file. So FTP and download the file. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to run this. Okay, so we got one now, which is yeah. So we got so the credential is the same, operation is download, and the path is this. So that's the name of the file. Okay. Now next, we need to extract the file because we want to get the content, right? This is gonna be extract from PDF. Okay, and I'm gonna do this. You got it. Then I'm gonna do this. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a problem. So if I click this and execute previous note, oh, there you go. Yeah, this is exactly the content of the paper, which is about um like a locomotion reinforcement learning. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And next, now this is the interesting bit. So that's gonna be Postgres PG factor store. Okay. Choose Postgres PG factor store and add document to the factor store. Okay. Right. So we got the embedded document, and I think in this case it's gonna be OpenAI. If you want to do it locally, you can go to embedding Ollama, right? And this is your account, and then you need to kind of pull the embedding model from Ollama. Um, so Ollama embedding, where's embedding? There are lots of embedding models in Ollama, so you can choose one. But again, my laptop is not that strong, so I'm gonna skip this and rely on OpenAI instead. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go with OpenAI embedding. Okay, okay, right. So this is not everything. Next one is gonna be okay. So that's gonna be default data loader, and that's gonna be custom. Okay, then we're gonna click this, and then that's gonna be recursive character text splitter. Okay, I think that's all at the moment, right? Okay, I'm gonna save this again one more time, and once we finish with this, I'm gonna loop this back to here so that we can go to the next file. Now, this is gonna be the tricky bit, right? So Postgres account, if I click edit, so because it's local, there's gonna be a local host, and you need to create you need to create database. So for me personally, it's going to be an n8n database. And when you create your Postgres account, it will have your username and password. This is pretty standard. If you do that with Supabase, it's going to be similar as well. And you need to create a database. And for me personally, it's going to be this. And you need to create a table. And for me personally, is documents. Now, let's I'll walk you through how to get there step by step. Okay. So I've got my terminal here. So I have already created my database, but I think for this tutorial, I'm going to delete everything so that we can create that from scratch, right? So I've got the script here on a different window. You can't see it. Um, so first, we need to go to the PSQL, okay? And we need to, I'm going to drop the database. So we're not going to have that anymore. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to quit. And I'm going to create the database. Okay, so this is the command. So okay, um I could have done it on the Postgres window earlier, but I decided to quit because I'm just gonna assume that you guys wouldn't have the n8n database and want to create that from scratch. So the way to create that from scratch is you're gonna call the Postgres command, and to create the database is going to be create db and the name of the database. So for my case, it's going to be n8n.db. So I'm going to click enter. So it's created already, and after that I can just go to the database by calling this command postgres psql, the name of the database, that's the database and the name of the database, which is the n8n.db. Okay, now we are here already. Now we need to create the tables, right? So first, we need to create a factor extension. So I'm gonna share the code, the SQL code in the description, so don't worry about this. Okay. So create a factor. After we create the factor, we can create the document table. Okay. Now in the document tables, in the documents table, we got the ID, we got the text, which is from the PDF, and then metadata and the embedding. And after that, this is the a little bit of a complex function, so that the system can easily index and find basically the do the search from the database. So again, don't worry, I'm gonna share this in the description below. Okay, now if we list the tables, right? So we got this documents tables, which is great. Now it's everything is empty at the moment, so we can check that, right? Select all from, oops, I think it's supposed to be this way. Now, so we have created the documents, and when I track the content from the documents, we got nothing at the moment because we haven't stored anything, right? So let's go back to our workflow, and we'll execute the workflow. Okay, so it's going in a moment. Okay, it's done. Now let's check it again one more time. There we go. We got something, a lot of things in fact, right? I can't really make sense of any of this. So I'm just gonna quit, right? Okay, so this workflow is working. Now, next, we're gonna go ahead and create our AI agent in a different workflow. Okay, we will start with on chat message, right? And next is gonna be AI agent, and the only model that I've paid for is OpenAI. So that's gonna be Chat GPT 4.1 mini. Yeah, that's the cheapest. Um, and the memory is just gonna be simple memory, and the tool is gonna be Postgres factor store, and the okay, then don't forget, so this one is gonna be documents. Okay, that's the name of the table. The description, we need to tell them that it's okay. So I've got this. I want my AI agent to retrieve the information about the documents specified by the user. So that's the purpose of this, right? And don't forget, okay, now I'm gonna put the embedding. It's gonna be OpenAI, and it's supposed to be small because the previous one was small as well. So I'm gonna save this, go back to personal, and small. Yeah. So it has to be consistent. Otherwise, there will be an error. Okay, great. Now we are gonna create the system message. So the system message, um, okay, it's gonna be something like this. Okay, now let's zoom out. Okay, so you are a helpful assistant and you will retrieve information from database. Okay, and calling the tool specifically, and limit the answers only up to 200 words. Track with the progress store first, before answering the question from the users. Before using generic answer you have already known. So this to ensure that the AI agent isn't gonna make stuff up or just use the its predefined knowledge from the GPT training. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and we can ask some questions now. So I'm gonna ask the same questions, which is the, can you tell me about Kumau modalities? Let's wait. There you go. Again, the answer is consistent. For some reason, it's faster. I think because we are using ChatGPT 4.01. Excuse me. Um, yeah. So it's talking about LPC, which is actually correct. Yep. Fantastic. Let's try something else then. I'm gonna ask who's the author of. So I've got this paper, right? So I'm gonna copy the title and I'm gonna ask about the authors of this paper. Okay. So, who are the authors of? Okay, let's wait. Ars Sidan Ganga Purwala. Okay, let's see. That is actually true. And the second one is correct. The third one is correct. Okay. And Yan is fantastic. Okay. Okay. As you can see that it's working.